New tonight at 7 o'clock, the first storm-related death in South Carolina.
It happened in Abbeville late this afternoon. The coroner says 57-year-old Charles Saxon was clearing a fallen tree limb in his yard when the limb fell on him.
His death has been ruled as an accident. It is the 42nd death caused by Irma. Well, it finally hit the low country. Irma brought harsh winds and heavy rain to our area.
Several areas experienced flooding and power outages. That storm isn't over yet. Our chief meteorologist, Dave Williams, has been here tracking Irma from the very beginning. Dave, what does the rest of the night look like?
Improving dramatically, and actually.
All right, so thank you, Dave. The new video just into our newsroom tonight. Take a look. Pretty amazing video, but officers or officials rather say not the wisest. This is a brave surfer along East Bay and the Battery. Our photojournalist Jason Ty capturing this video just a few minutes ago. Officials tonight, though, urging everyone, no matter where you are, to stay out of those rising waters. And this is what it looks like at the Battery just a couple of hours ago. You can see the water crashing over the seawall. Other parts of downtown also flooded with all that rain. Bill Burr reporting now from downtown. Bill, thank you. Some college students have an extra day to study. The University of South Carolina Salkehatchie campuses in Walterboro and Allendale will be closed tomorrow. Classes were also canceled for today due to the storm. And this in just moments ago from Charleston Southern tonight. The campus is closed until further notice because of widespread power outages. Many other school districts, including Berkeley, Charleston County, DD2, and DD4, are also closed tomorrow. You can find the complete list on our website. We have it posted for you at abcnews4.com/weather closings. On our beaches, it was brought in by one storm, taken away by another. The famous Folly boat, brought in by Hurricane Hugo, has been moved by Irma. Just a sample of some of the severe weather we are seeing in our area. Folly Beach experienced severe flooding. Our Caroline Balchunas is there tonight with more.
Caroline, thank you. Same story on Sullivan's Island. Heavy wind and rain and a path of destruction.
Now, that destruction includes beach erosion. Our Megan Rivers is there to tell us how the town is holding up. She joins us live. Megan?
Tina Ashton was sending back to the studio.
All right, Megan, thank you. We, of course, not the only ones affected by Irma.
People in Florida and Georgia tonight taking the full brunt of the storm. We are getting a look at the damage there that is coming up.
And on this day 16 years ago, our country was in disbelief. Our America's remembering the 9/11 tragedy.
So before we go to break, here are some numbers you may want to write down. These are not emergency numbers. Emergency crews say to call 911, of course, if you do have a life-threatening emergency. All other questions can be directed to these numbers that you see now. Stay with us.
Remembering 9 lives lost at Mother Emanuel. Through praise, prayer, and people coming together. We'll take you to emotional services happening around Charleston, still standing strong, together, 2 years later. Good evening and welcome to ABC News 4 at 11. I'm Angela Brown. It's been 2 years since that unthinkable tragedy at Mother Emanuel AME, a horrific shooting that took 9 lives. Our Lindsay Maloney was at a memorial service today honoring the victims. A new memorial honoring the victims at Emanuel AME is moving forward. Michael Arad has been selected to create a permanent memorial that will honor the 9 victims, survivors, and members of the church. Arad designed the National 9/11 Memorial in New York City. And a world-renowned artist is also honoring the Emanuel 9. Leroy Campbell said God spoke to him inside Mother Emanuel just days after the shooting, which gave him inspiration. Today he unveiled paintings that will go to each family. He says he hopes to honor the Emanuel 9 and let their voices be heard.
It lets me know the kind of love
he had for each and every one of them. And to make this painting collective that has all of them in a special thing that he felt that he needed to put by each one of their pictures, like I said, it's just overwhelming.
The money raised will go back to the church and the charities that the parishioners were involved in. Today, Assistant Democratic Leader James Clyburn released a statement to honor the second anniversary of the massacre at Mother Emanuel, saying, quote, "The Charleston community has demonstrated great strength and faith, but the healing will be slow. As we honor the memory of the lives lost and celebrate the resiliency of the survivors, we are reminded that much work remains to be done. Their legacy of faith and service must become our own as we continue to pursue a more perfect union." Hundreds of people marched downtown this morning celebrating the lives of the Emanuel 9 for the Hate Won't Win Unity Walk. The goal was bringing people of different races, religions, and backgrounds together to fight hate and spread love across the world. See pictures capturing how the Lowcountry honored the lives lost at Emanuel AME. Go to our website at abcnews4.com. The sun was out for a Unity Walk downtown, but rain could be spotted in some areas of the Lowcountry. We have a picture, this picture right here, sent to us by our news director, capturing the storms that rolled through our area. Well, we'll be seeing pictures like this throughout the weekend. Sonia Stevens is here with your first warning forecast. So what's the answer? Are we done with all that, or?
That's coming up in the full forecast. Angela?
Turning to the Charleston 9, the Charleston Fire Department continues to honor the 9 fallen firefighters. Here are some highlights. Assistant Chief Joseph Roberts wrote about engineer Mark Kelsey. Kelsey was remembered as taking rookies under his wing and teaching them with his tough but kind love. He was a leader many people looked up to. You can read the full tribute on our website, abcnews4.com. And tomorrow marks the 10-year anniversary of the fire. The tragedy took the life of 9 firefighters. Joe Riley was the mayor of Charleston when the tragedy occurred. He was there that night when the firefighters got the news that their brothers didn't make it out.
We had a very courageous, determined, gutsy fire department. They attacked every fire with courage and energy and determination to put it out. And this was a fire that overwhelmed them tragically.
Tomorrow, the Charleston Fire Department will hold a memorial service at the Charleston 9 Memorial Park. We'll have coverage from that event starting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. The Chick-fil-A on Savannah Highway is remembering the Charleston and Emanuel 9 in a special way. The fast food restaurant is giving customers 9 nuggets when they order an 8-count nugget. They say the 9th nugget is an extra nugget of love. They are showing this extra love to honor the Emanuel 9 shooting and Sofa Superstore fire. Today, brother of Walter Scott, the man shot and killed by North Charleston police officer, was in court. Anthony Scott was charged with possession of cocaine by the Charleston County Sheriff's Office. According to the incident report, deputies found Scott in an SUV in West Ashley. They say another deputy found an open container of alcohol in the car. Police say cocaine was then found in Scott's pocket. Scott's bond was set at $15,000. And 52 hours of deliberations coming up. We'll tell you how the Bill Cosby trial ended, plus a Navy destroyer damaged after hitting a container ship. We'll tell you the latest. Topping national headlines. Tonight, many in Texas are mourning. 26 people were killed and several others injured in a shooting outside of San Antonio, Texas. The victims range in age from 5 to 72. Police say it happened this morning at First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas. Officers say a man entered the church and started shooting. Investigators say the alleged attacker, 26-year-old Devin Kelly, is dead. ABC's Linda Lopez explains what police know so far. Linda Lopez, ABC News, New York. The church shooting comes nearly 2 months after the church shooting in Antioch, Tennessee. That shooting killed 1 person and injured 7 others. It also comes nearly a month after the shooting in Las Vegas and 2 years after the shooting at Mother Emanuel. An ABC News 4 exclusive.
Just went to trial.
We were the only ones there as Senator Paul Campbell walked out of jail. He was arrested last night for DUI and giving false information to police. We were also in bond court this morning. The Senator Paul Campbell was not seen. Take a look at this. It's a picture, video of a black screen on the monitor in bond court. Usually the suspect appears on video, but not Senator Paul Campbell. Tonight, you'll hear more from him and the young woman he's accused of crashing into. Officials from Charleston County tell us they are looking into why the video was not up, but they say they will release the video eventually. Meanwhile, Highway Patrol says the passenger in Campbell's car was also charged with providing false information. Officials say they gave Campbell a field sobriety test. They say it registered .09. According to the National Highway Safety Administration, anything above a .08 causes effects such as short-term memory loss, impaired perception, and reduces the ability to process information. After the court hearing, we talked to Campbell's lawyer, Andy Savage. We asked if last night's arrest will impact Campbell's position as director of the Aviation Authority.
You know, I think it's premature to even think about that right now. Let's find out what the facts are last night and see where we go from there.
On the website for the South Carolina State House, it says for the past 3 years, the lawmaker either abstained or voted to table DUI law amendments. We were the first ones there when Campbell was released. Stay with us for the latest information. Download the ABC News 4 app to get the most up-to-date information as it comes into our newsroom. In Colleton County, 1 person is dead after a shooting at a nightclub in Walterboro. It happened last night. Colleton County Police were called to Club Classics on Robertson Boulevard. They found 3 people with gunshot wounds. 1 person died. A second victim was flown to MUSC with life-threatening injuries. The victims' names have not yet been released. In tonight's crime report, a reported altercation ends with a 20-year-old in jail. Berkeley County Sheriff's Office responded to a call on Winding Road yesterday. They say a woman ran over another woman on purpose. Police say the suspect, Katrina Meade, ran away from the scene. She was eventually booked pending service of a warrant for attempted murder. Meanwhile, the police say the victim had fractured bones and internal injuries. She was taken to Trident Hospital. A sad update involving a local couple who just tied the knot. Tonight we learned from the family spokesperson that Kizzy Priestley has passed away. On Thursday, Trident Medical Center held a wedding for Kizzy and her fiancé David Hall, who is battling stage 4 cancer. They were supposed to get married today, but the ceremony was moved up. We, of course, send their family our heartfelt condolences. Sometimes it's hard to say goodbye.
It was a magnificent crowd, high energy, just fun to be part of.
Near record crowds at the fair this year. Already organizers are looking to the future. We'll tell you how.
ABC News 4 at 11.
Our top story tonight.
At your age, you need a perfect insight besides following around the Confederate flag.
2 opposing groups clash in a low country. The battle is over the Confederate flag and whether it belongs in a Christmas parade. Good evening, I'm Angela Brown. A press conference turns into a confrontation between the Secessionist Party of South Carolina and the Community Resource Center. Our camera's rolling as things got heated. We are working for you tonight, getting answers about how the tax reform bill will impact you. The bill was passed by the Senate yesterday. Here's the breakdown. The changes taxpayers can expect are the elimination of the Obamacare mandate, slashing of the corporate tax rate by 15%, most importantly, doubling standard deductions while getting rid of individual state and local deductions. For Americans making more than $100,000 a year, it could mean a big tax cut. But for the middle class, it could mean paying more in taxes over the next decade. No Democratic senator voted in favor of this bill. We spoke to Senator Tim Scott earlier today, who voted for the tax bill. Hear what he had to say in this ABC News 4 exclusive.
The people who feel that this tax rate might not be good for much to them. Well, I would say let's just take a look. Next year is just a few weeks away. They'll have an opportunity to examine their paychecks to see the benefits for them specifically and their household, number one. Number two, we'll find very quickly that the economy is growing faster. And number three, the global competition that America has been losing in part because of our high tax rate will now become a place where American companies will prove their mettle and make themselves more successful, which means more jobs here at home.
What's next for this bill? ABC's Linda Lopez explains when the bill could actually turn into a law.
Linda Lopez, ABC News, New York.
In Charleston, a family is without a home on Bishop Drive because of a fire. The Charleston Fire Department says it happened early this morning. The Red Cross says they're providing items such as food, clothing to 4 adults. Happening tomorrow, watch out for orange barrels in Orangeburg and West Butternut Road. There will be construction on the roundabout starting Monday. The construction is supposed to reduce traffic delays, travel delays, and could reduce collisions. Dorchester County's public information officer says the intersection has a history of accidents. You can see the College of Charleston is in the Christmas spirit right there. But is the weather? Our Chris Nessman here to tell us if winter is coming, or what we call winter here in the low country. Chris, will we need jackets, will we need shorts? What is it?
But then we get our Wednesday storm. So I'll have a look at that coming up just a little bit later.
Covering the Carolinas, the man arrested in connection to the disappearance of a 3-year-old was in bond court. Earl Kimry is facing several charges, including concealing of death and obstruction of justice. He was released on Friday. Last night, police say they believe they found Mariah Wood's body in Pender County. Reports say Kimry is Wood's mother's boyfriend.
We'll be awaiting the results of the medical examiner's report. We're making some decisions at that time.
Yesterday, community members came together to honor Woods. It's considered one of the worst days in our nation's history. We're coming up on the 76th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. Every year, the Mite 8 Museum in Georgia honors those who fought that day. In Fleming, from our sister station, explains what happened at the service. It's bright, and it's something you don't want to miss. When can you see this year's supermoon? Plus, a 17-year-old Florida teen is back home tonight after a cross-country search. Hear how she's reunited with the family coming up.